Olá pessoal, bem-vindos a mais um vídeo de A Noire, daqui que é para o nosso amigo João Pedro, no nosso último episódio. Concluímos mais aquele caso dos danos ilegais e, pelos vistos, o grupo dos homicídios quer-nos no novo caso deles. E é para lá que a gente
Your
vai
interest in
agora.
my appearance is starting to get me worrying.
Like it or not, we're a dysfunctional couple now. People judge me with you on my arm the same way they would a fat broad with a 5 o'clock shadow.
I really hope you're joking, Roy.
Por aqui, bora. Já está o nosso carrinho e vamos já até o nosso destino. Vai, vens ou como é que é? Não arranco sem ti.
Make a right turn.
Seem distracted. We recovered the morphine. Some of it might be unaccounted for, so what? That's life. We did our job.
Closing one case opens another.
Do you have any idea what is really going on while we're wasting our time following this stuff?
Are you going to tell me?
Deals being done right now will change the face of LA
Eu não vou
forever.
responder,
We're
pessoal, não vou
wasting our
responder
time
isso
on
mais para
some
já.
Someone's little girl.
Visit the morgue at the end of the month when the John and Jane Does are cremated. Their percentages. The odds for and against lightning striking.
You're gonna go right up ahead. It's the next left. Look out!
Tu é que estavas à frente, Zé. Quando tem um problema qualquer que está a sair a vibrar do nada.
Straight on.
Ok, agora já se acabou, não sei porque é que isto às vezes a vibrar do nada.
Take the next right.
Opa, já fiz porcaria. É para a direita. Já tinha da frente do carro a uma escada, mas também se foi.
Take the next left. Take the next left turn.
Take the next right.
Já estamos a chegar. Cena do crime, bora. Por isso temos um homicídio. Ao que parece. Mas nós somos coisa das drogas, como é que.
Second floor. Apartment 6. In the back.
Thanks.
Apartamento 6, acho que. Quer dizer, ok. Olha, olha, o que é que temos aqui?
Malik will be pleased.
Morfite.
Well, that's hardly conclusive, given the number of those things we've come across recently.
The autopsy will confirm it one way or another.
Olha, olha, olha. Afinal parece que. Alguém matou mesmo. Deve ser este o apartamento. Olha, quem ele é?
Bukowski, you made homicide.
That I did. Good to see you, Phelps.
You two want a hug?
Rusty!
Or can we get on with it?
Olha quem ele é!
Relax, Rusty.
Nosso antigo
26 years
parceiro.
old,
Aliás,
fashion
nosso antigo
model.
parceiro.
Found in the tub by the cleaning lady, Mrs. Reynoldson. She called it in.
Na manhã.
We heard Carruthers thinks.
Carruthers likes to make work for people. Overdose of sleeping pills. Falls asleep in the tub. Rest in peace. Case closed.
Here, here. Mal is 100% that it's murder.
Do you mind if I take a look around?
Sure. Go right ahead.
Olha, olha, olha o que é que temos aqui.
Been a modeling assignment.
Prendo. Olha, olha.
It's a place to start. This is all top end of town stuff. Gives us somewhere to look.
Nada. Ok.
Beautiful girl. Clothes certainly aren't from the Sears catalog.
E nada. Ok. Esta já temos um novo local, mas vamos investigar mais aqui. Temos aqui a empregada, parece. Ah, isto não é nada. Isto é só... Podia haver aqui alguma coisa, mas não é. Isto é a cozinha. Vamos até aos quartos. Espera aí, pessoal. Estou-me a ligar. Sim, pai. Sim, pode ser. Ok. Sim, ok, fixe. Está bem. Fixe night. Não, pode ser cachorro. Há muito tempo que a gente já não come. Epá, pois temos a Bonnie, mas isso não se pode. Até já. Ok, até já, pai. Desculpem, pessoal. Era o meu pai que me estava a telefonar por causa de jantar. É que são 6h30. Pronto. Para onde é que são os quartos? Ah, é para aqui, ok. Oh, está aqui o corpo dela. Vamos para ir ao quarto para vamos ver o corpo. O que é que posso... A quantidade de morcina...
Looks like
Ela está
barbiturates.
aqui. Ela tinha aqui.
Barbiturates.
Ah,
rattling around in
sniffles.
this
Ela não dava a dormir bem, parece-me. Ela não dava a dormir lá muito bem. Um casaco?
Quality English smoking jacket. I don't know anyone under 45 who would
Ah, é
wear
de
one.
homem. Ok.
Phelps?
Mal, we've had a look around. Rusty thinks it's a waste of time. What's your theory?
Come on, Mal. Tell us why we were dragged down here.
If the victim was alive when she entered the tub, water would have entered her lungs. The water is violently churned in the windpipe as she drowns. The result is that a lot of foam is generated. This foam is found at the mouth and nostrils in almost all cases of real drowning. Notice anything about our Vic?
May I took a look?
Be my guest. Take a closer look at her head and neck.
Oh, parece que ela foi agredida.
Very unusual ring.
Não...
Could be wrong, but it looks like a black sapphire.
Bruising on the forearms, and these look like bite marks.
Very good.
The neck is bruised pretty badly.
The eyes are a
Pancadas.
classic sign of morphine.
Mas fui encontrada na manhã, cá para mim. Isto é
I
um
think
caso
one man
para
held
o
her
Rusty e para
down
o
and
outro,
another
não é
held
para
her
nós.
arm and injected her. They put her
Pode
in
ter
the
envolvido
bath to try
drogas,
to cover
sim,
it as
mas...
drowning.
And spread a trail of barbiturates.
Take a look around outside on your way out and see if you can find the syrettes. It would make my theory.
And morphine would have been very quick.
Já
There wouldn't have
encontramos
been
a
much of a
seringa.
struggle.
Okay, so find two guys who recently bought syrettes and weren't junkies, and you might be onto something.
Temos dois suspeitos, parece-me.
This is her in these photos?
Acho que agora temos que falar com a empregada.
I'm Detective Phelps. I'm here to try and help Julia. Do you mind answering some questions?
Virginia Reynoldson, I'm just so shocked. I feel like there's something I should be doing, someone I should call.
We can make those calls, ma'am. Who needs to be notified?
That's just it. I don't know. Miss Julie doesn't have any family in town. Someone has to set her affairs in order. Mr. Henderson, maybe? Who else is there? I don't know.
If you give the details to the other detectives, ma'am, they can try and get in contact. Was Miss Randall depressed about something? Upset?
No more than normal.
Eu acho que o normal é. Aqueles todos
Julia was obviously
aqueles remédios
disturbed
todos é
about
normal? Vai enganar
I
o
have
outro
no
mundo.
idea what you're talking about.
She was taking barbiturates. She couldn't sleep. You
Tu
must
és
have seen
empregada
them in
quase
her room.
sabias, caralho.
I've
Foda-se.
seen the pill box.
Não venhas cá
And
com
she hid
tretas.
in there. I don't know how she supported herself. Always new clothes and jewelry. She lived like a movie star. A princess. Does modeling really pay that well?
Na altura não sei, mas hoje pagam.
Did Miss Randall have many friends visit?
I'm not sure. I only come around twice a week.
Why are you lying to me, Mrs.
Mais uma
Reynolds?
pizza.
Julia had men stay here.
I will not speak ill of the dead. You can't prove that.
Posso sim, encontrei um casaco de homem no quarto dela, pá.
Who owns the smoking jacket?
I wouldn't like to tell tales, you understand.
Não
That's
gostas,
Mr.
mas as
Henderson's.
empregadas, qualquer
An older
empregada
man,
gosta
very
de uma boa
distinguished looking.
fofoca, pá.
You seem very much in love with her.
Where would we find him?
I'm sorry. I don't know. He said he lives in San Francisco.
Mas nunca vi, Tima.
What was it like working for Miss Randall?
Perfectly fine, officer.
Não sei se acredito muito. Tu estás a...
Mrs. Reynolds, it seems like there's something you want to tell me.
She was very high-strung. Lovely one moment and screaming at you the next. She wanted it all, and she wanted it damn quick. Of course, being so beautiful, it seemed like she was going to get it. Not the way it's turned out, though, is it?
Thanks, Mrs. Reynolds. You've been very helpful. One of the other detectives will take your statement, and then you can go home.
Então vamos ver até ao nosso próximo local. Não é assim? É.
What do you think?
Once you've checked the bathroom, Cole, you better take a look around.
Falta alguma coisa para ver aqui? Eu acho que não. Está aqui a música a tocar, mas acho que não há mais nada para ver. E já tinha visto.
Advice?
Once you've checked the bathroom, Cole, you better take a look around.
Será que foi um assassinato? Será que ela não se matou nem nada? Esta vez vai eu a guiar.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Where are we going?
Isn't that the cop who talked
Isto seria o hotel onde ela trabalhava, se calhar?
What can I help you with today?
Say, could I borrow some of that mascara?
LAPD, ma'am.
I hope I haven't done anything wrong.
No, ma'am. We're making some inquiries about Julia Randall. Does she work here?
No, I had to let her go. Is she in some sort of trouble?
Tiveste
She was found
de
dead this
tipo o
morning.
quê?
How long had Julia worked as a model?
Well, she worked in New York before coming here. She was a very beautiful girl.
Ok, aqui ela não parece estar a mentir.
Could you tell us why you let Miss Randall go?
Husbands sometimes come in here with their wives. When Julia Randall modeled, the husbands were often more interested in her than they were their wives' dresses. The wives weren't happy, and neither was I.
Did she have any close friends here?
Actually, yes. Heather Swanson. Would you like to speak with her?
I'd like that very much. Please don't inform her about Miss Randall's death.
Very well, officer. Heather? These gentlemen are from the LAPD.
I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. I understand that you worked with Julia Randall, Miss Swanson?
Yes. Julia helped me get my job here. She's not in any kind of trouble, is she?
She's a hellraiser, isn't she? Lives a fast life.
Oh, no. Maybe Mrs. Stanley would call her that, but I wouldn't. She's full of life, a wonderful company.
That's a lovely engagement ring.
Do you like it? Henry gave it to me.
I'm very interested in engagement rings. Do you mind if I take a closer look?
Ok. When nela.
That's some pearl, Miss Swanson. Would have cost Henry a fortune. He must really love you. How did you meet Julia?
I was introduced through my fiancé, Henry Arnett.
Henry is your beau. Tell us about it.
Yes, he is. Henry has a fashion business. He and Julia have been friends for years.
Já, para mim foram namorados, só que tu é que não sabes.
Are Miss Randall and Mr. Henderson engaged?
Who's he?
She was wearing a sapphire engagement ring.
Esta tu está a dizer a verdade.
She never mentioned a man named Henderson to me.
That's all for now, Miss Swanson. Could you ask your fiancé to visit Hollywood Police Station? It would be very helpful to our inquiry.
Now, wait a moment. I don't think I'll pass on that message until you tell me why you're asking all these questions.
Julia Randall was found dead this morning.
What? Oh, no. Oh, I can't believe it. She was so full of life.
Isn't that the cop who solved the big case and got promoted?
Temos que ir outra vez. Falta-me aqui alguma coisa, então. Aí, ó.
You know the way. You can drive.
Fine. Where are we headed?
Nice move not telling old Sweet Lips in there about her friend taking the big jump till we were half out the door. Very slick.
I figured we'd get more out of her that way.
You're learning, Phelps. We'll make a vice cop out of you yet.
Não sei o que é que falta ver ali, mas pronto. Sinceramente não estou a ver o que é que falta ver aqui. Deve faltar aqui alguma coisa para ver, o quê? Isto é que usaram a munição, pessoal. Desculpem. Isto aqui eu já tinha tocado. Ah, isto é que não.
I think our work is done here.
We should speak to her doctor. Prescribing both drugs would make her life a roller coaster.
Isto é que eu não tinha visto. Pelos vistos, aqui eu tinha uma morada qualquer do médico. Que lhe receitou as pílulas.
Stefan, Rusty, we'll take a look around outside and then follow up these leads. Can you get some guys to run down the jacket?
You think Carruthers has called it right?
He rarely gets it wrong.
I don't know. I'm with Galloway. I've met enough girls in my time who can't handle their dope.
Can you drive to this one?
Do we know where we're going?
Vamos lá.
Bukowski, Galloway, quite the little reunion in there. Almost brought a tear to my eye.
They're good police.
How would you know? You got promoted so fast you barely had time to learn their names. Let me fill you in. Bukowski's a pushover. Galloway's a drunk.
You could learn a thing or two from both of them.
Please. They couldn't work a vice case at their
O
level.
Galo é bêbado, mas
I don't see why they'd be any better or worse at it than
eles
me.
são.
I noticed you said better. Hubris disguised as humility.
Coisa que eles não sabem.
Kind of your trademark, don't you think?
Why do you always twist everything? Galloway's got nothing to prove. He's been on homicide for years.
And he's welcome to it. You're a terrier, Phelps, and that's what I need. Not some old bulldog who can't get up a flight of stairs without coughing off his lunch.
Aqui a entrada.
I swear, if we locked up every doctor in this town, Vice would be able to work half days.
Here, Stoneman, office 505.
Yes, sir, your name?
LAPD. We'd like to see Dr. Stoneman.
Dr. Stoneman is with a patient. Would you like to wait?
No, we wouldn't. Tell him we want to see him
Está a
now.
trabalhar,
There's
olha.
no need to be rude.
Save it, sister.
Dr. Stoneman, I have some gentlemen from the LAPD here to see you.
Send them in, please. I'll see this patient again after they've left.
Deve ser o médico.
Your investigation is much more important than my sciatica. I'm just in pain here. Leave me alone.
Dr. Stoneman, we are investigating the death of one of your patients, Julia Randall.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Do you mind if we ask you some questions about Ms. Randall?
Not if it doesn't compromise doctor-patient privilege, Detective.
How well did you know Miss Randall?
Barely at all. She'd only been a patient 6 months or so.
You didn't like her, did you?
It wasn't a question of like, Detective. She was incredibly beautiful. When you looked in her eyes, you knew how a mouse felt before a snake.
Mas pronto. Eu vi a virar os olhos, eu vi a virar os olhos, por isso é que eu...
You wrote Julia Randall a prescription for Benzedrine. How can you account for that?
Miss Randall was in the fashion business. She wanted to control her weight.
Estão a ver, pessoal? Lá está ele a virar os olhos.
Benzedrine is addictive, as I'm sure you know, Doctor.
As I warned her, but she was determined. She said she needed it to control her appetite.
Sounds like you knew her pretty well.
I knew the line of work she was involved in.
That'll be all for now, Dr. Stoneman. We'll be in touch.
Parece do telefone, mas onde é que ele está?
Incidental.
Não, onde é que está o telefone, caralho? Ai meu Deus, onde é que está o telefone? Ah, está aqui.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
Está a vibrar do nada.
How could I help, Detective?
Messages, please.
Yes, Detective. The coroner's been asking to speak to you. I can connect the call if you like.
Please, thank you. Al?
Cole, can you get over here? I just finished the autopsy.
Sure thing, Mal. We'll be right over.
Está a ouvir. Temos falar com o legista. Vai ele aqui é porque eu não estou a ficar a perder tempo de vídeo.
The old boy is lying.
Ah, isso está.
About what?
I don't know. He looked relieved when you said she was dead. That's a strange reaction to have to the death of a young patient.
Pô, realmente eu fico um bocado estranho. Como se já soubesse que ela tinha morrido, mas... Vou chamar com o legista. Tenho uma autópsia. Vamos lá ver.
Go straight at the next intersection. Have you noticed how croakers only pull out the physician-patient? Goddamn maniac!
There are certain things people have a right to keep private.
Until it gets in the way of... Next right. Son of a bitch! Until it gets in the way of police work. And it's only private when it suits them. A couple of drinks and every doctor I've met will spill your darkest secrets in a heartbeat. Keep straight.
Roy, I have some information for you.
You're the only person enjoying this, Mal. Get on with it.
The bruising confirms 2 sets of hands, so we have 2 killers. Death was caused by heart failure due to an overdose of morphine.
Have you dragged us down here to gloat? We already heard your theory.
We agree that she was murdered.
Yes, of course.
I have something else to show you.
All right, Mal, what gives?
The dead guy's name is Jimmy LeBlanc, career burglar. He came in this morning. Someone stove his head in with a lump of 2x4.
So what? Good
E daí, o
riddance.
que é que isso tem a
I
ver?
found 2 Syrettes in his jacket pocket.
Wow.
Hang on a minute, Roy. We're listening now.
No sign of morphine use.
Porra,
and no
realmente, cala-te,
metabolized
Roy.
morphine in his blood. Scratch marks on his face.
Which could be from getting his head remodeled.
Time of death, Mal.
Maybe an hour or 2 after the Randall girl.
So you're saying Laughing Boy here could be one of our killers? That's a hell of a long shot.
Thanks, Mal. We'll check it out.
I found something else.
Sorry, I don't play.
I don't know if it's significant. His wallet was empty. The only other things he was carrying were the harmonica and the morphine. Carruthers. Yeah, he's here. I'll send him over. They have a guy called Henry Arnett in interview 2 for you next door. Let me know how you get on.
Sure, Mal. And thanks for the lead.
Sure, Mal. Thanks for the lead.
Este Roy, valha-te Deus. Terminamos o vídeo na delegacia de polícia, pessoal. O que é que vocês dizem? Na próxima porta, espera aí. Vamos na próxima porta. Não disse próxima porta? O que é que... Tenho a impressão que o médico disse próxima porta, mas... Provavelmente talvez esteja enganado, não sei, pessoal. Talvez esteja enganado. Ah, estamos...
Arnett is in interview 2, Phelps. Go help him get whatever it is off his chest.
Onde é que está a sala de... Eu nunca sei onde é que está a sala de interrogatório desta merda.
Mr. Arnett, I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. Thanks for coming in.
É o maridão, é o maridão.
It's the least I could do. Terrible news about Julia. How well did you know Julia Randall?
Vaguely. I'm in the clothing business, and Julia occasionally modeled for me.
Deixa eu ver se ele... Oh, devia ter posto dúvida, porra.
We were friends.
Espera aí, volta atrás. Espera aí, volta atrás. Eu devia ter posto dúvida. Porque a outra já disse que eu já se conhecia. Eu estou a suspeitar que eles tinham um caso. Seja a primeira. Deixa cá voltar atrás e fazer a coisa bem.
Arnett is in interview 2, Phelps. Go help him get whatever it is off his chest.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to put him down 1 round.
Mr. Arnett, I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. Thanks for coming in.
Call me Henry.
It's the least I could do. Terrible news about Julia. How well did you know Julia Randall?
Vaguely.
Vagamente.
I'm in the clothing
Porra.
business, and Julia occasionally modeled.
Eu acho que era mais qualquer coisa. Deixa eu ver.
I was
Ah!
asking whether you banged her in a chuck-on-the-shoulder fraternity kind of way.
Só
I'm
se
engaged to
conhece.
be married. It wouldn't be polite.
Answer the question.
This will remain private. Heather won't have to know. Yes.
Eu já desconfiava há bocado, enganei-me, carreguei a verdade.
Miss Randall's landlady said she was seeing an older man.
Could have been. I wasn't privy to all the details of Julia's private life.
Não estás a par?
Spill it, Henry. You know nothing about a man named Henderson?
Yes, you're right. Henderson, yeah. Very distinguished.
How about a first name, wise guy? An address, maybe?
I'm sorry, I don't. I think he lives somewhere out of town. Somewhere back east.
Ever heard of a Jimmy LeBlanc?
No. Should I have? Is he an entertainer or something?
So you wouldn't have any reason to believe that LeBlanc would be involved in Julie Randall's murder?
Devia ter posto verdade na outra.
If this guy is a criminal, he might have been involved. But like I said, I've never heard of this LeBlanc character.
Heather told us that you were in fashion.
That's right.
Some kind of traveling salesman?
Once I got out of the Corps, I used my...
You were in the Marines?
Sure. I'm proud of it. The Fighting Sixth.
You were in the 6th Marines?
Yes. I was a captain.
Which company?
Various companies. We had a lot of casualties.
Which engagements?
Okinawa. A couple of other places.
That will be all for now, Henry. You've been very helpful.
Ou pode ter
That
sido
son
mesmo
of a
que pode
bitch
ter
was
sido
never in
este.
the Marines.
Não sei porquê.
Why'd you let him off the hook?
Because we're giving him a couple of minutes before we start tailing him. Arnett is an amateur. We need to find out who killed the girl. Can you pass this on to Bukowski? Have him check the place out and go through his records.
Sure, I'll pass it on.
Thanks. Can you also have R&I run the records on a Jimmy LeBlanc and find out who was his last arresting officer? Have them get in touch via KGPL when they have some information.
Ok, depois
He's in that car at the lights.
It's you. Ok.
He was squirming like a worm in there. Don't you love it when they pull the war hero excuse? Actually, maybe you don't.
God damn it. Everyone's looking at us, Cole.
I'd have expected a cad like Arnett to be a better liar.
Mas só seguiu e depois quando chegamos ao destino paramos o vídeo, pessoal. Isto que ainda está muito interessante. Trava. Onde é que ele me beija? Onde é que ele vai? Onde é que ele vai? Eles têm a mesma ideia que eu, mas...
Where are you taking us, Henry?
Yeah, better drop back, Cole.
Em silêncio. Tá. E aqui. Mas como é que isto fica legal? Porque eles também em Okinawa, sabe, né? Né, cara?
He needs money and fast. Get in there and find out what he pawned. I'll stick with him, see how he intends to spend the money. Too much slack.
Bem pessoal, nós vamos ficar por aqui, espero que tenham curtido, deixem o vosso like e comentem, e no próximo vídeo vamos continuar aqui com este caso que está muito interessante. Um abraço a todos, até ao próximo vídeo, subscrevam o canal e ativem o sininho para não perder os próximos vídeos desta série e outras séries. Um abraço a todos, fui!